I started going to the gym very religiously. Showing up changed something in my brain. I want to share what goes in the mind of a very distracted person like me. Fuck dude, मेरा ही तो दिमाग है मैं कुछ भी सोच सकती हूँ. I need to put love in the process. You have to stand in the middle of whatever environment you're exposed to. Close your eyes, ask yourself, bro, what the fuck?
Come on, let's go. Let's go.
Woke up this morning. I hadn't thought that I'll be sitting in a park, but here I am. I just got a coffee, made up my mind that I should record something. Hello, my fellow yappers and consumers of yapping. Welcome to the first episode of Yap Island. Welcome to the first episode of Yap Session. Rather, welcome to the first Yap Session, where I've recently bought this new mic and I am putting it to use by taking myself out to a park. I've organized a picnic for myself with my overnight oats. If you follow me by now, you know I am a very I'm a new member of the Overnight Oats fan club. So this goes with me wherever I go. This is also my attempt to getting back to YouTube. I'm currently in London right now. I don't know the name of this park, but all I know is there's sun here and I'm sitting on a little hill. Not a hill, a bump on planet Earth, as they say. I usually end up traveling to London to visit my sister, which I think is a big blessing because hello, free lodging, but she's also the reason I have seen so many corners of the world. And I believe having friends and family across the world gives you a little bit of courage that you originally wouldn't have had to pack your bags and just go and explore places you would have never dreamt of. So here I am. Woke up this morning. I hadn't thought that I'll be sitting in a park, but here I am. I just got a coffee, made up my mind that I should record something. The last time I posted something on YouTube was a while ago. My life looked very different then, and a lot has changed in the last 2 years. A lot. My hair has changed. The way my life looks now has changed. My habits have changed a lot. So while we're talking about habits, that's something I think I can talk about at length because I've spent my fair share of 24 in hacking them, in learning how to better them, and leaves the old ones behind and form new ones. Look, I could give you a summary of atomic habits, but that's not what I'm here to do. I want to share what goes in the mind of a very distracted person like me to form a new habit. Okay. I'm a person who ends up finding joy in the little things because of course the big things are enjoyable, like a big trip, a big bag, the grand gestures, booking an entire theater to surprise your loved ones, getting your best friend this insane gift. I'm not just talking about the big materialistic gestures, but rather the small ones, the ones you do for yourself and the ones you do for others. The small ones is where the magic happens, and with that mindset is exactly how went around changing my habits 2 years ago. First of all, like, it's been quite a journey in terms of things were very different 2 years ago. Some of them were life was good, but it was not the way I wanted it to be. But neither did I have the motivation to change that. So, what I did, as any hot girl would do, is have a real talk with myself and just be like, bro, what the fuck? And also, I feel, everybody talks about this thing called a frontal lobe. Sure, the frontal lobe develops once you're 25, and you expect that, okay, on your 25th birthday you'll just magically wake out of your bed and you'll be like, tada, everything is clicking. You'll have your eureka moment. I hate to break it to you, that's exactly what happened with me, because literally 2 to 3 months later, after I turned 25, my life shifted. I'm not kidding, my life truly shifted. I also got out of one of the longest relationships I've had in my life. That left a big mark on, okay, what am I supposed to do now? That left a big mark on, okay, this has happened. Do I have a plan for how I want to move ahead? Absolutely not. But am I convinced that I want to move ahead? Yes. With just that energy, I didn't know what I was doing. My only goal was to have enough bandwidth to get through one day. It took me close to 4 months of sticking with, like, I just have to get through one day. I just have to get through one day. I just have to get through one day. There's this quote from Bojack Horseman that says, "It does get easier. The tough part is you have to do it every day, but it does get easier." After a lot of days telling myself that, hey, I'm just going to take one day to get through this. I'm going to take another day to get through this. I'm going to take another. From having the bandwidth to only visualize a day, I slowly built up the bandwidth to visualize a week. And then I'm like, hey, I just have to get through this week. I just have to get through this week. Eventually, built up the bandwidth to get through a month, and I think a month is enough. I like being a planner, but I think planning too much in advance puts a lot of restraints on how life can surprise you. So a month is good in my opinion. What I did in this time has truly shaped the kind of person I am today, and I'm so happy to report I'm very happy with the person I am right now, today. Like, not yesterday, not tomorrow, but like right now in this present moment. And the reason why I want to again talk about like the magic of the small things is touching grass is literally your solution, your first step to tackling anything that is stressing you out. You're confused, go touch some grass. You're hungry, go touch some grass, then eat some as well. You're heartbroken, go touch some grass. You are stuck in a bad job, go touch some grass. You fought with your mom, go touch some grass. Hell, take her also, convince her to touch some grass. God knows our parents need it. Point being, I started going to the gym very religiously, where part of it was just like the heartbroken me going to the gym, trying to find a way to distract myself. No revenge. I just wanted a distraction, because I am a person who can get in her head, which I did. So I hit the gym and I started showing up day after day. It started with showing up 3 to 4 days a week. And I luckily happened to find really wholesome community, a really wholesome set of teachers who've helped me get where I am today. I'm sorry. Look at the guns. I'm not sorry, actually. Like, I started with fixing the most obvious thing that was in front of me. I wasn't happy with my life, wasn't happy with my body, wasn't happy with a lot of other things in my life, wasn't happy with my mental state. Started going to therapy. And yeah, I went to the gym not with the goal of thinking, no, I want to get abs. I want to be the hottest motherfucker alive. Although I want to be. But point being, showing up changed something in my brain. And, a big part of like the incentive of showing up was, the kind of environment I was in. I highly recommend experimenting whatever gyms are in your locality. See where vibes are immaculate. I am a big believer of like the vibes aligning or not. You have to stand in the middle of whatever environment you're exposed to. Close your eyes, ask yourself, do I feel calm and composed? If the answer is anything but a yes, leave. It's not meant for you. I do the same exercise while house hunting. Even if the house is good, it's in my budget, I leave it because vibes. And just cultivating this habit of relying on your gut, relying on your instinct. Hell, female intuition is the best thing that has strengthened in me this year. Bro, look at my tricep. The habit, just cultivating this habit of relying whether you internally feel aligned with what's happening around you is so important. And you can put it to practice literally anywhere, in the shower, if you're in a party, if you're in a workplace, if you're house hunting, if you're trying out a new class, if you're in a cafe, you have to prioritize your own comfort first. The world and the people around you designed to offer you multiple things. It's your job to select the best one for you. And I'm not just talking about people, and I'm not just talking about the right bra. I'm talking about how it applies to everything. Even when I walked in this park, I'm like, I'm gonna find a tree that's meant to be for me. Because I know not every tree is meant for me. I am supposed to find the vibes under one specific tree. And this is the one. So this is where I've set up base. But this is one of like the coolest habits mentally that I have built in the last 8 to 9 months. Another habit is fixing my diet. Holy shit. Trust me, I love my junk food. I love a pizza, a burger, a steak. I love my fried rice and noodles. Oh my god, I love dumplings so much. But I know that relying on comfort food is a learned behavior. We, as animals, in an evolutionary sense of things, did not have pizzas, burgers, and extra cheese at our disposal when things were stressful. Okay? Fixing your diet has to do so much with stress management. One of the ground rules that I built is that if I have to build a habit, I need to put love in the process. And then eventually the habit will become easy. I used to make my protein shakes like it was gutter water. I used to have it like the Y, where I would literally shoot it, like close my nose and then drink it up. But no, no matter how tough or like ugly looking or bitter tasting a habit is supposed to be, you have to find a way to make it enjoyable for yourself. You just have to. And there are ways to do that. It could be adding honey to the habit. It could be doing it with the right playlist in the background. Or it could be finding the right company to cultivate that habit. But point being, if you pour love into the process of making that habit will become second nature to you, which is like precisely how I got into the habit of making overnight oats. I'm traveling right now and I still am religious to making this even on a night where my makeup hasn't come off. I am a little drunk or I'm extremely exhausted, but I'm like, okay, this just takes 5 minutes. When I wake up in the morning, I'll literally have dessert for breakfast. That is such a good incentive to put in that effort. So I pour love into the process by adding fruits or by counting the number of blueberries that I'm supposed to put in it and then putting two extra just because, I deserve it. Like, you have to find tiny ways to make like things joyful for you. Sorry, but I hate to break it to you. That's all there is to life. Like, that's it. This is where the life stock of joy ends. It's either in the little things or it's in a Birkin bag. I'm kidding. Going into a habit, knowing that you'll hate it is okay. It's fine. As much as I like finding the joy in the little things, I know sometimes it's okay to take 5 minutes to hate it as well. It's fine. I'm a secret hater. Let me tell you. Okay. Sometimes I have fucked up a few recipes to arrive to the perfect one. I know, like, eating this is not a transaction. Like, I am upholding a promise that I made to myself last night, and I get to literally bear the fruit of it. I also read somewhere that your self esteem is the relationship you have with the promises you've kept for yourself. The higher they are, the higher your self esteem is. And the things you do when nobody is watching, the impact of that will see the light of the day. It's not something you can hide under a carpet or a picnic blanket, Point being, the magic of these habits has really reaped its fruit lately in my life. If I were to do the last 9 months all over again, I would do them minus the painful parts of it. The kind of growth that I never thought I needed happened. And it has somehow opened up my brain into these habits, have somehow gaslit me into thinking, holy shit, making habits is so easy. Tomorrow, if I want to be a distance runner, I literally just have to convince myself, hey, you know what? I'm a distance runner, so I have to get up. You are not somebody who's trying to make oats, who's trying to get healthy. The first day you do it, you tell yourself, yeah, I make oats. Yeah, I am healthy. Yes, I go to the gym. Although, like, it's you getting ahead of yourself technically, but just that self talk can do a lot for how you view your habits. Because that's how I believe I was able to change mine and build new ones. I never thought I would be this person, but gym has actually become my happy place. And I know once I get movement in my day, the rest of the day is just like so much more, so much clearer mentally. The point of this yap was A, to find joy in the little things, even if it means adding two extra blueberries in your overnight oats or going outside to catch the sunset. touching some grass right here. And secondly, the things you do when nobody's watching, focus on that. All of us can, like, we are meant to adapt. We will change our behavior, our looks, our accent, our demeanor to whatever environment we're exposed to in a good way. And that's nice. Okay. Like, you'll be more jolly and cracking more jokes if you're in a bar with your friends, but you'll be a lot more professional and composed if you're in a business meeting. That's not being fake. That's called adapting appropriately to your environment. All of us can fix these extrinsic things about us, but the relationship you have with yourself in your head, your self talk has to be the kindest words you've heard. Even when sometimes when you're wrong, you have to make space for the guilt and the shame that follows. You cannot always only keep space for when you think you are good. I used to rely only on my productivity when I eat a good meal, when I do a good workout. I'm like, Aj, I'm a good person. But on days when I would skip it, I'm like, does that make me a bad person? Why do I give myself so much shit for that? I would feel guilty about it for 5 minutes, but I'm like, no, dude, I'm human. I have to make space for even the negative things that I feel. And in that process, you will realize the things and the actions and the people and the environments around you, we are the ones who assign a valency to it. But the only thing that you can control, wow, I sound like a self help book. But I can't help it, dude, it's true. The moment you learn how to tell yourself that, fuck, dude, मेरा ही तो दिमाग है, मैं कुछ भी सोच सकती हूँ. Fuck, that's so cool. That is generally so cool. Yeah, point being, dude, your mind has so much power. You can gaslight yourself into thinking anything you want. Not gaslight, convince, rather. But I like using the word gaslight because girl boss, gatekeep, gaslight. Although don't gatekeep, okay? That's about it. I wanted to share this story from a very long time, since a very long time, and I'm glad I did that. Hopefully, I'm able to tell you something more in the next episode. And till then, keep yapping, keep listening, and let me know in the comments what is something you would like me to talk about next. I'm gonna go have my overnight oats and chill the fuck out and soak some sun. I'll see you. Bye, baby girls.